Success isn't just about what you accomplish in your life, it's about what you inspire others to do. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Trident Communication Show, The Success Stories. I, Radhika, would like to introduce our guest for today, Liza Verma. She is one of the leading fashion show director of India and event planner who has directed and managed over 2,500 fashion and luxury lifestyle events in India and overseas. She has been a former Femina Miss India. She modeled in a number of campaigns and walked the ramp for leading mills of India. She was then casted as the leading heroine role in a Bengali film, Duty Patta, which was her debut and also the debut film of legendary Persenjit Chatterjee. She has trained to date, including our latest Miss World Manushi Chillar, the icon Sushmita Sen, Isha Gupta, Shunali Nagrani, Jacqueline Fernandez, and many more. Lisa is a name to be reckoned with in this industry and will leave no stone unturned to make you a success story. Welcome to our show, Lisa. And first and the
Thank you.
foremost question I'm going to ask you is tell us something about your journey.
Well, Radhika, my journey is started from the age of 16 with a dream of becoming possibly a star in life. And that's how I started joining contests in Calcutta. I started joining a number of contests. I won most of them. And eventually I was Miss Calcutta and then Miss India runners-up, one of the winners of Miss India. And then, I acted in a couple of films. And I was also offered the movie called Betab against opposite Sunny Deol, but I could not take it up due to some reasons. And I was anyways doing a couple of Bengali movies. One of them released and it was a super success. But I somehow didn't like the industry very much, the film industry, because I felt that there is definitely a huge, I'm not sure whether we should talk about it, but there was a huge casting couch scenario, which I realized, which I didn't like. And I came from a family which didn't have any film background. So we were not used to such kind of question answers or meeting points where people wanted me to meet and things like that. So I decided to give it up. And then I got married, had my children one after another. In between, while my two children were born, I got into some corporate jobs and I worked in very nice companies like Citibank, Taj Group of Hotels, and Alitalia. Eventually, I shifted to Delhi, and within the next, in the next 4 or 5 years. But I realized that I worked the whole day, and I did a corporate job. They are very interesting. I did very well in all my jobs. I came top grade everywhere. But I felt that I'm missing my industry a lot, and I wanted to get back to my modeling. So I started with my modeling again in Delhi after both my kids, and many a times my kids also modeled with me, travel with me to different cities and things like that. I did humongous number of shoots in Delhi, and I was one of the topmost models of Delhi. I was mainly doing commercials and shoots, photo shoots, which was basically things like Airtel, Motorola, Samsung, Sony, all these different topmost brands. I did over probably 1,500 ads in 4 years span, and I was really one of the most popular faces those days in many commercials and many photo shoots. Then in fact, I just forgot to tell you that I started a little bit of choreography in Calcutta also. But those days, in way back in 80s, there was not much of fashion shows happening in the country. There were probably in the whole year 5 or 6 shows which used to happen. So when I in 90s when I started back, I wanted to get back to my choreography once again, and I started off, and I again started with a bang. And thanks to Femina and Times of India, they covered me so well. They gave me such beautiful media coverage that I didn't have to look back. Honestly, I fell upon Times of India once again, and I became one of their grooming expert. And I was part of Shoot Talent Management, which was initiated by Times of India, where I started in grooming training models who became Miss India, starting from Neha Dhupia. Then we got Jacqueline Fernandez from Sri Lanka. Then Isha Gupta, Shunali Nangrani, Ashwarya Sakuja. Then n number of winners who have become winners over the years. Shushmita Sen, of course, to begin with. So grooming became a part of my life, and of course, show direction and event management. I was doing a lot in event management means doing different launches and things like that. So it was doing really very well. And then life carried on, and I honestly all my life I don't think I really worked hard, and I really was very focused about reaching the top whatever I did. And I felt that it was a very easy path for me, to be very honest. There were a lot of hurdles, no doubt. There were hurdles that I being from Calcutta was not really very well accepted in Delhi. I didn't really know the people. I found those problems, but I think media really gave me a lot of coverage and helped me a lot. Times of India helped me a lot, and one by one, success to success. And here I am after 2,500 shows in India and abroad.
And as you said, that even after doing corporate jobs, you just thought that something was missing. And there is this thing which we
Absolutely.
all are passionate about, which we just can't let go even after trying. And that
Not
for
at
you is
all.
modeling.
Once a Miss India, always a Miss India.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, it just stays inside you. Yeah.
And as we know, you groomed latest Miss World Manushi Chillar, the icon
Yes.
Sushmita Sen, Isha
Yes.
Gupta, Shonali
Yes.
Nagrani, Jacqueline
Yes.
Fernandez, and the list goes on and on. So please
Yes.
tell us something about your Liza Verma Academy.
See, my academy actually, I started very recently, even though I was doing personal grooming for a very long time. But after Manushi won, then I decided that why not, have an academy which will help people to get work also. So I used to train for many other academies also. Like there's another academy called Franklin. I was training there also, and many other, of course, for the Miss India training and everything. But I realized that people groom and train people, but really they don't really make a career for them in future, which I felt that it's not right. And I said I will have my own academy where I will help the people to become stars themselves. So I have always, anyways, personally, when during the time of Shushmita, honestly speaking, I never used to do a professional job of training and grooming. Those days it was more for, she was my sister's best friend. She used to live in our block in Vasant Kunj, and that's how I met her through along with my sister also. And I just decided to help her because I was a former Miss India myself. And then she became a Miss India, then she became a Miss Universe. So that was a huge achievement, and she always gave me a lot of honor and gave me a lot of coverage also. And then I became a part of the shoot talent management that I told you, and I was training for Times of India myself. I was part of their faculty, as a matter of fact. So then later on, I realized that all these different agencies, they definitely, of course, Times of India did give work to all the people who became stars in future. But there are like 30 contestants every year. Out of them, only 3 of them win. What about the rest of the 27 people? We need to help them to get them work also. So in my academy, when I started, my whole focus is to ensure that these people become stars. I want to tell you a new name who will become a star very soon. Her name is Shrishti Rathi. She's trained with me for the last 3 years. She became the Femina Stylista winner in 2009, 18 or 19, I think. Today, she is the latest model of Santur ad. Santur is one of the soaps of India, and it's a very popular ad. All those people who become Santur ad models, they eventually become actors. And she is gorgeous. She's trained so well. She's so much in touch with me regularly. I'm guiding her always. And I feel that she's going to be another, probably, well-known Bollywood star very soon.
And like you groomed so many renowned faces.
Yeah.
And how do you feel when you see your trained people on platforms where they are role model for others? You get emotional, you're proud.
Oh, absolutely. I feel very proud, and they're all in touch with me. Each one of the names that I'm talking with you, and all there are about hundreds of other people who are very successful. May not be that name, well-known name in Bollywood, but there are a lot of people who are in touch with me. Like Yukta Mukhi, a few days back, we were in a meeting a few days back, on a Zoom meeting once again. She was really praising about me once again. Sayali Bhagat, another Miss India. All these people have passed they passed their journey through me, as a matter of fact. So, see, one thing I feel that, honestly speaking, all these people, when they come to me, the first thing when I see them, there are a lot of people who want to train under me, but I don't take everybody, because you have to have some caliber to reach somewhere, right? You have
You
to see
have
the
to have
person.
that spark
Yeah.
to be
So,
trained
the
by
moment
Liza
I
Verma.
see a person, I immediately know that this girl's going to be a winner. And there are a lot of people nowadays in my academy, I help them to get into the television industry. Somebody wants to become a DJ, somebody wants to become a designer, makeup artist. So I help them to become, different areas of the media industry. They all become famous. There are lots of makeup artists who've become famous. There are lots of designers I've launched who are like world famous nowadays. So there are loads of names I can talk about. And they're all very, very well recognized and very really respect me a lot, honestly.
And as I said, the list goes on. And you have this goal to take Indian fashion globally. And what have
Yeah.
you done to take Indian fashion globally?
See, I started with one event in Canada, which was a Bridal Fashion Week Canada, which was in 2015. And they are very successful now with a set of partners from Vancouver who are actually from India. They were designers in India. I held them in their first show, and it's become very successful. That's one where where we take all the designers from India to open a market in Canada. Then I've done one in Australia. I've done the first ever fashion week in the Eiffel Tower. It was called the French European Indian Fashion Week. It's part of the Guinness Book of World Records. It is the first ever French European Fashion Week in the Eiffel Tower. There's never been a fashion week in the Eiffel Tower. I took the biggest designers from India. I had taken Amy Jackson, also Rocky S, Siddharth Taitla, Poonam Bhagat, Madhu Jain, very well-known designers I had taken from India. That was another huge success. I was part of another company called Quintessentially, which is from UK, which is a very well-known lifestyle company. I was the India CEO for Quintessentially during 2012 and 13. There also, I came across globally to a lot of countries, and I met a lot of people around the world on this while being with that company as CEO India. So, that's how I started thinking, why not take Indian fashion and talent to a global reach? I'm still continuing to do that. I'm planning I have a contest coming up, which is going to be also I've connected with some Hollywood film producers who are very interested to look into Indian talent. So they'll be part of the jury members. And, when they become part of the jury members, so, it'll be an achievement if I can make one person from India who will become a Hollywood star. It's like that, maybe 10 people will become in future. But the idea is to make sure that whatever you're doing, you should make sure that, you make them go to a global platform. Of course, they are becoming all famous in India, but why not take them to a global platform also? And along with Shiv, as you know, with Trident Communication, we are planning a fantastic exhibition and many other things together in UK, which was supposed to be happening this year. Due to COVID, obviously things changed, but it will happen very soon.
And like while you're talking about your achievements and what you have done, it's just I'm feeling lucky that I'm sitting in this space and talking to you. Just talking to you feels I'm very lucky to just sit in this space and talk to you. And obviously in this journey, I would say rigorous journey and a very
Thank you, Radhika.
hardworking
That's
one.
very sweet of you. That is.
I'm sure the journey you have been through is very rigorous and
Yeah.
full of hurdles, right? So like who is your inspiration and biggest support in this journey? The support
Of
system.
course, of course, of course. Yeah. Yeah. There are hurdles everywhere. And for a woman to become an entrepreneur and to fight the world is not easy anywhere, as a matter,
Exactly.
whether you're in corporate, you're in the film industry or fashion industry or whichever industry. It's very tough for a woman to, make their place, honestly speaking.
And in this journey, obviously, everyone has a support system. Everyone has someone behind their back. So, who was your inspiration and your biggest support in this journey, which kept you going? Because there are like numerous times where we feel like we
I
have to
definitely feel
stop.
it's my family who has agreed. The kind of travel, my own family.
Okay. If not the fashion industry, Lisa, then what would you think you would be doing? Like the commercial jobs or anything else related to that?
To be honest, I really can't think of anything else than the fashion industry, but probably I would have gone into the Bollywood industry. And you know what? I'll tell you very frankly, I was very young. I was only 17 years old when I started my career, and I was already doing films. I've just finished my class 10, to be honest, and I got into modeling and then I got into films. Probably I was too young and I didn't know how to handle the situation, not that anybody really jumped on to me, but the suggestions they gave me that made me feel awkward coming from a background of family which was very modern. My parents actually, my father actually lived in UK, and we had a very modern upbringing. But somehow I think I was too young to handle how to talk to these people, or find my way out and things like that, honestly. So if I think back, I sometimes feel that if I had been a little more smarter like the girls nowadays, I could have handled people and could have probably made a metal in the film industry. So that's one regret I somehow somewhere have. I took harsh and very fast decisions to decide, no, I will skip this and I'll get married and I'll see what will happen in future. So but again, I got back to the whole industry, and I'm working with so many actors and actors on a regular basis. They're walking the ramp with me. I'm casting for people. Neha Dhupia's first film was, I casted her. So she did an Indo-Japanese film to begin with, the first movie, before even she did her Rajdhani. The first venture was actually casted with. There's so many other people, I've casted them in films and things like that. I'm always in the industry, but I probably miss the boat. That's what I feel. I don't think I can think of any other industry other than media, honestly speaking. Those days in 80s, the parents and the grandparents were also not very supportive to let their daughter be in a media and a Bollywood industry where you're supposed to wear short skirts and walk on the ramp, or even do some scenes which is kissing scenes and things like that. In fact, I was offered another movie called 36 Chaurangi Lane, which is a superb, I think it's a award winning movie now. But I decided not to do that movie only because there was a scene where the kissing scene, and there were some bedroom scenes and those kind, it didn't, I didn't feel comfortable to do it at that age. But if I had been 24, 25, maybe I would have been a more mature girl and would have accepted things in a smarter manner and worked towards the industry in the right manner. So I feel that, when you're young, you are unable to do it in the right manner. So I always tell all the people who come to me for grooming, there are a lot of people, parents come at 16, 17. I say, yeah, it's a nice age to start learning grooming, but you must finish your education. Education is a must. It really helps you, and, it matures you as a person to know and take right decisions. Like nowadays, all these new winners over the last 4 or 5 years, even Manushi is still in touch with me on a regular basis. Even during COVID, she called me up and she said, ma'am, how are you doing? I hope all your family is doing well. Sushmita calls me up. All of them regularly keeps in touch with me, honestly speaking. So I feel that, like these girls, I guide them and they have me as a mentor who guides them. This is right, this is wrong. These people I know in the industry, they'll help you and things like that. I really didn't have those kind of guidance because I was not part of the industry and nobody was there to guide me those days.
You have a very inspiring story, I must say.
Thank you so
And
much.
living in this, crisis that we all are facing, that is COVID-19. And is this pandemic like affected your life some way or other?
Yeah, it has affected all our lives very much. The whole industry, all the people who work with me, us people in India, no events are happening since March onwards. And I don't see anything happening this whole year, to be honest, in India, because the hotels are still not open, gatherings are not allowed. Why will any company sponsor and do any event, with 25, 30 and 50 people if there are not 500 people who are allowed to be coming and things like that? So Fashion Week this year, I don't think will happen. Even any pageants will, even if they happen, it'll be all digital. We are going to do digital work. We are doing digital work anyways. We are doing grooming online and all that also. But physical events, it'll take some time. So it has hit the industry very badly. There are a lot of people who are touch wood, we are much more senior and well organized people. And so we are in a comfort level. We don't have a problem. But I feel sorry for all the DJs and the makeup artists and, even the young models who are working there. They're in a bad shape. So I feel very sorry. And I think it has affected very badly to everybody.
What does true success mean to you, and how do you plan to give it back to the society? As this question is very important for the youth and all our
Sure,
viewers.
sure. See, the true success is nothing else than being dedicated and being sincere to what you're doing. You have to love, and it has to be your passion. I am doing anything that I do, and that's what I train and teach everybody. It has to be your passion, and believe on yourself. If you know that you are the best, you will be the best, and you have to be focused and strong about what you're doing. You cannot change get failure should not make you lose. You should not feel, oh God, I didn't get this chance of doing this ad film or this film, so I'm not worth it. You have to think that yes, I am the best. I didn't fit in there, never mind. I have got better things to come ahead. Okay. That is one thing I feel is the way to go ahead for getting success. Success is when, your, I would say it's not, it's when your fans, they cherish what you are. That is what success is all about. Like today, I have so many good well wishers in this world, is really not a joke. And this is my biggest achievement of life, that every person, as I'm telling you, Manushi, Shushmita, Neha, all of them, Isha, all of them respect me so much. So that is the biggest pleasure of life, that is my success, that is my feeling. And when my designers or my contestants or my students do well, that is my success, that is my achievement. And for the youth, what was the question for the youth, Radhika, once again?
That how do you plan to give it back to the society so the youth can figure out, because many of us as a part of the youth think that success
Mm.
is just in monetary terms.
Okay. So for the youth, I feel that anybody who achieves, I mean, I would tell people that you should always, try and help people. In not only people, if you can help animals, you can, like I feed the dogs every day around the house. That's also giving it to society. Everybody should have some kind of a, I mean, responsibility towards the society. Everybody should be responsible and help people in this world. The main thing about life is to help people, and I do it on a regular basis for everybody, honestly speaking. And I uh, even I feel that, like a person like Shiv, if like he is doing this fantastic awards, he's also giving back to the industry, and so does, all the people who are participating in the plans that he has got. Once again, he is giving back to the industry to open a world to in UK for people from India. So this is the way to give back. I would tell people that, always have a clear notion about what you're doing. Be kind to people, be nice to people, and give to people.
And I think the universal fact is to give back to the society, whether it's knowledge or it is something
Absolutely.
materialistic or it's service.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And if we are
See,
talking
people
about,
who have money, you give it by money also. Why not help people?
exactly,
I'm continuously helping wherever I can, whatever I can. It's not that I go and do charity. I do charity in my own family. I help out my family people if required, financially whenever it's required. It's not necessarily that you have to give funds to a charitable fund only. You're walking on the road, you give away your clothes, your extra clothes that you have in the house, your extra cumbles that you have in the house, giving it to the roadside people. That is giving, actually. That is the way one should carry on doing. It's not that, you have to post yourself in Facebook to say, I did this much and I gave this much. If I had millions, I would have given millions also. But whatever I have in between, I carry on giving, honestly.
it's just the notion and the feeling of warmth, right?
Exactly.
That you're giving love, not the
Exactly.
thing that you can post on social media.
Exactly. Exactly.
And if
Do
we
it
are
quietly
talking
and
about,
do it.
yeah, and if we are talking about youth, what are your views about today's youth?
I think youth is very intelligent, and youth is very, today's youth. I mean, I see my kids who are also youth, and their friends who are also youth. They're all very, very innovative, they're very creative, and they are very focused, and they have a huge peer pressure nowadays. Most of the youth I see are very challenging and looking to for success at a very young age. Some people may not be able to do it in the right manner of, or maybe they're trying to jump a little too fast. Idea is to be focused, be level headed, keep your head on your shoulders, and then move ahead. Okay. Of course, respect elders, and like take your I would say, your suggestion from your parents or your teachers. Take their views and justify the views, think about it, and then apply it on your life. That's the best way to do it. If you think that you're too smart and you don't want to listen to your seniors or you don't want to respect them, that's not the way to go ahead, because at the age of 18 or 19, I don't think you have the brains to understand how to go ahead and forward. So it's a good idea to take everybody's views and then eventually take it forward with your own ideas.
Would you do you think that the youth is kind of matured and very bold, breaking all the stereotypes in every industry whatsoever?
Yeah, they are very bold. They are very, absolutely. They are very bold and they're ready to take any kind of actions. But the idea is to get the right kind of guidelines also, Radhika, is
Exactly.
very important. 99% people are trying to fool the youth. There are so many
Hmm.
hundreds of contests happening around India or worldwide also, where people are trying to make money and eventually not giving them any platform, to be very honest. So the younger youth, I always tell them that really find out, before you step into anything and go in the right direction with the right kind of platform. That is the most important thing, you know. Yeah.
Go in the right path with the right guidance as well.
Absolutely.
All,
Absolutely.
yeah. And like,
Yeah.
what are your views about this initiative, Success Story Awards by Trident Communication?
I think it's really fantastic the kind of profiles that like Shiv and Namata has got on board on Trident is really a fantastic platform, and it is giving everybody a huge global platform, giving a global recognition to the people. So I think it's a great initiative. The day I met Shiv a few months ahead, and like this year itself, I met Shiv. I saw the spark in him, and I knew that, and his wife also. She's got the power, and Shiva's got the I would say smiling face with a very I would say like he's got the charisma and she's got the power. That's what a combination is, and I think they've worked out very nice platform and all the events ahead with him. I'm really looking forward to, be very honest.
Beauty and Brains.
Yes, absolutely.
I think like this space was very much needed to our viewers sitting in this lockdown. We all wanted something to cheer us up, to motivate us just by looking at the
Absolutely.
screen and like sharing all these success
Yeah,
stories, like
yeah.
you sharing this journey with us. This has been a really great space to talk about this. And at the end, Lisa, what message would you like to give viewers and upcoming leaders and models?
View, as I always say that, whatever you take up, take it with a passion, love what you're doing, and spread love and love yourself the most so that you can become successful. So if you know that you are the best, I mean, I feel that's the message I'd like to say, that believe on yourself and stay focused.
Start from yourself.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Lisa, for joining us today. It was like a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you,
I really,
Radhika.
it was
Lovely
a
talking
pleasure
to
to
you.
host you. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Shiv. Thank you, Trident Communications.
So, viewers, this was our guest Liza Verma, fashion director and former Femina Miss India, who shared her success stories. Thank you, and remember to stay tuned with us for more stories.